Welcome back everyone and all the absolute beginners right there. In this video, we are going to build our first simple basic data pipeline by using a Python programming language. So what we'll do is we will move the data from our local computer or a local laptop into the Google Cloud Storage. From Google Cloud Storage, we will be moving the same data into the Google Cloud's BigQuery. And we will achieve this automation flow by using Python scripts or Python programming language. So this will be your first step into the data engineering automation, right? So how we are going to achieve this? So we'll just go through these steps. Step number one is I'm going to create a bucket in Google Cloud Storage. I mean an empty bucket into Google Cloud Storage and an empty table in Google Cloud's BigQuery. And we will be doing it by directly logging into the Google Cloud console. Step number two, we are going to establish a connection from your local computer to the Google Cloud, and this will be doing by just configuring into some service account, right? Step number three is literally where we write the code into your local computer and we'll execute that code, and step number four, we will be performing a quick round of QA testing on that data pipeline. It means we'll be developing the data pipeline, and moreover we are also testing the data pipeline, right, for some quick test whether your pipelines works correctly or not in some other scenarios, right? So by the end of this video, if you code along with me, this will definitely boost your confidence up to next level as an absolute beginner, right? So without wasting any time, let's start this video. See you in the video, guys. Hey everyone, welcome back. So let's create an empty bucket and an empty table directly by logging into the Google Cloud Console, right? So let me go to Google Cloud Console. First, I am going to create an empty bucket. From here, I will click on Cloud Storage, and this will take you to the Cloud Storage overview page. Here we have an option to create a new bucket. Let me click on that. And here let's give a unique bucket name. So you can give any name. I will say first data pipeline bucket 1. You can give any name, but it should be unique. Let me click on continue and just keep everything as is. No need to go for select the options from multi-region, single region and all. Let's create the bucket. Yep, so my first data pipeline bucket is created, right? So let me copy this bucket name because we are going to use this when we are scripting by using the Python, right? So let me paste it somewhere. You can paste it anywhere just for reference, right? So my first data pipeline bucket 1, I mean my first empty bucket is created. Now the next thing is, let me go to Google Cloud's BigQuery, and there I'm going to create the dataset and I'm going to create an empty table, right? Where is that? Let me right click and open in a new tab. So this will open the Google Cloud console for BigQuery. And we will be creating first the dataset, and then we'll be creating an empty table here. Right, let it load. Yep, it's loaded. Let me click on these three dots and create a data set, right? So here you can give a dataset name. You can give any dataset for first pipeline. You can give any name. Let's keep everything as is and let's click on create dataset. Now your dataset is created. Inside this dataset, I'm going to create a simple table, right? So before that, let me copy the dataset name as well, because this also we are going to use it for when we do Python programming, right? Let me just click on create table. Here I'm going to create what? Empty table. Because I'm just creating the table template, data we will be loading by using the Python scripts, right? Let's keep this as empty table. You can give any table name. I will give you customer table. You can give any table name because my data belongs to customer, right? here I'm just click on add a field. I can give customer ID. Let me check what my, okay, customer ID, and I can say customer name, and third is anything like order amount. You can give any column. So what is my customer ID? I will put this as integer because most of the IDs are integer. Keep this name as string as is because the name is string, and order amount I am going to keep it as float. You can keep it as integer also. There is no issue at all, right? So let's click on create a table. Perfect. Now you can see a data set is created, and also we have customer table created, but we don't have any data in this particular table. We have 3 columns, right? This is the schema. I mean, what is the schema of my table, right? I have the customer ID, customer name, and order amount. So this is my empty table with just a schema. So if I go to preview, there is no data in there, right? So we have just created empty tables, right? So what we have done is we have created an empty bucket and we have created an empty table. Perfect. So let me just copy table name as well, because even we want this also for our programming. Perfect. So this is my project, this is my bucket name, this is my data set name, and this is my table name. Right, so first step is done, guys. So the next step is configure the service account. So how we are going to do this? So this is very important because this is where most of the beginners may end up in errors, right, while executing the program. So let me go to Google Cloud Console, and from this menu I will be going to IAM and admin. So this is one of the service provided by Google Cloud to set up the service account and do some configurations, guys. Perfect. So let it load. All right. So now I am here. So let me go to what I am. Yeah. So let me go click on this service account because we need to create this service account, because through service account only we can able to establish the connection from our local computer and with the Google Cloud. So let me click on this create a service account. So this is going to be very, very important step, guys, because most of the beginners end up with error by creating the service account only. I can give any name, service account for first project. You can give any name, right? And just click on create and continue. Perfect. Now let's click on done. So you have created a service account. Now the most important part is by giving the permissions to the service account. So what I'm going to do, let's click on these 3 dots and click on manage permissions. Right, so for this I have created a detailed video on how to set up the service account. I will be just putting the link into the description of this video, guys. Right, so we are into the permissions page here. Let me click on manage access. It means to this account you are assigning some roles, as simple as that. Click on add role. From here I will select storage, because we are going to dealing with which services. We need storage, that is bucket, and I am giving the full access, means he can do anything on storage part. And also I am selecting a role on BigQuery, right? So I will be giving the BigQuery admin here, right? So this is just for demonstration, nothing else. Let me click on save. It means that this service account can interact freely with your storage service as well as the BigQuery service. Right. So let me go back here. Let me be in the same page. Again, I need to click on keys. Perfect. So now listen it very carefully. Again, this is going to be a very critical point, because through this key we are interacting from our local with the Google Cloud. So I have already created a key. Let me delete this. right? So that I'm going to create a fresh key, because as a beginner you should understand how to create a fresh key, right? So I don't have any keys right here. Okay, so what I will do, I will just click on this add key, create a new key. There is no coding, guys. You are just clicking just a couple of clicks and you are done with your needs, right? So this will give you two options. One is JSON and one is P12, right? So let's keep JSON only and click on create. Right, so let me go to downloads and click on save. Perfect. So your JSON file has been saved to your download. So I will tell you the business significance of this. So once I go to my downloads, okay, perfect. So in this downloads, you can see this is the key generated by Google Cloud. It means that through this key, you are going to interact with the Google Cloud services. Means you are going to interact with the Google Cloud Storage and you are going to interact with the Google Cloud's BigQuery from your local. That's the reason this step is absolutely important. If you don't configure this correctly, you will end up with the permission errors, right? So we are done with part 2, right? So we have created step 1, we are done with step 1, and we are done with step 2, right? Perfect. All right, now step number 3 is we will write the code and execute, right? So we will move to the VS Code and then we will start writing our first program by using the Python language, right? So before executing the code or before writing the code, it's important to install these two libraries, right? So one library is to interact with the Google Cloud's BigQuery and the other one is to interact with the Google Cloud Storage, right? So what you need to do is you just copy these two lines. Anyhow, I will put these into description as well, right? Let's go to the terminal from here and just paste it, right? Something like this, and just hit the enter. So automatically all the libraries related to BigQuery will be installed in your computer, right? And you repeat the same thing for the cloud storage. So once everything is installed, means you will get a confirmation message saying that this stuff has been installed successfully. So I am not going to do that right now because I have already installed these two libraries, right? Very straightforward and very simple, right? So now that we have installed these two libraries, I believe you have successfully installed these two libraries. Now we'll start writing our first code, right? So let me move on to the VS Code, and I have created a new Python file under projects folder. So the folder structure is up to you, means however you can create, you can go ahead for that. That's not mandatory, right? Perfect. And this is the file which I'm going to upload into the Google Cloud, guys, right? So it's a simple CSV file with just 3 columns, and boom, we are going to upload this, and we are going to demonstrate on this particular CSV file. Means from my local, I will move it to Google Cloud Storage, from storage to the Google Cloud's BigQuery. And very important part we must do is, while creating the table in Google Cloud BigQuery, the field names or the column names must match these column names, or else you will end up in the schema mismatch errors, right? You just copy the same column name and put it over there, right? Perfect. Let me close this and let me just maximize this as well. So the first thing we need to start with is to import those two libraries which we have already installed, right? So we should write from google.cloud, yep, import BigQuery, from google.cloud import, no suggestion. Okay, there is a spelling mistake. Let me remove this. Cloud import storage. Now we have imported those two libraries, right? So with this we will speak to BigQuery. With this we will speak to cloud storage. This is the meaning of this, right? So in the next step, I will be just declaring some variables which we are going to use it many of the times into this particular program, right? For example, let me say my project ID equal to, right? So instead of copying the project ID or the project name in my code, I will just put this into a variable, right? It's not mandatory, but this looks like very professional, or this could be easy to understand, right? So let me go here and get my project ID, right? So this is my project ID, and you should not put the project name, guys. We must put the project ID, right? So next thing I can create is bucket name, right? So what is my bucket name? I think we have already mentioned that here. Yeah, so this is my bucket name, right? So that if you put everything in variable, right, so that would be simple for you to manage the complete code. Then we have a local file, means which file I need to upload to the Google Cloud. Let me go here, and this is my local file, that is customers.csv. So what is the location of my local file? It's in the same directory, customers.csv. Perfect. So this is my local file, and then GCS file, right? So CSV. So what is this file? It means that when I want to create a new file in Google Cloud Storage, ultimately when I want to push the same file, okay, so it will give me an option which name you want to save the file in Google Cloud Storage. I can say the file name or the object name inside this bucket is customers.csv, and it is not mandatory. You can give any name. It's not necessary that this particular file which you are uploading and the file name in Google Cloud Storage must match. It's not necessary. You can give any name here, right? Perfect. Next is my dataset name. So what is my dataset name? Let me go here, and this is my dataset name. Perfect. My dataset name, and I need to give the table name as well. What is my table name, which I have already created? This is customer table, right? So let me put this here, and I think we are done. No, we haven't done it. One more important stuff we need to have it. Service account JSON, right? To interact with the Google Cloud through service account, where is my JSON file which we have downloaded? I hope in just a couple of minutes back we have seen how to download the JSON file and all, right? So for that, let me go to my downloads. Okay, so here is the downloads. So I can just go to properties, and this is my path. I'll put the path here, and what is my name of that JSON file? This is, so basically this will be your key to write. Don't forget this point, guys. We have to write the extension, proper extension. Okay, so basically this is my key which I am using to interact with Google Cloud, okay, from my local, right? Perfect. So now that we have set up all the thing, so let's start creating, let's proceed further. So first thing is I'm going to create a method which will upload data to GCS. It's not mandatory to create a method, but it's always a good practice, right? So when I execute this method, one stuff should happen, right? So let me let me add some print to show you, like upload file to storage, something like this, right? Next is very important. What I need to do to upload the file to storage, I need to say hello to storage, right? So let me say hello to storage. How we are going to say it? go to this storage and then create a client object. Right now, in this client object, I want to use this guy who is having the key, my JSON file having the key, right? And then I should pass this service account JSON and project project ID, right? This is how it works. It means that I want to say hello to storage service. Okay, for that I need to create a client, and then with this particular JSON account or a key, okay, I will be communicating to the storage service, and we have to write something like this. So this will give me client object, right? It's like this. Next, now I got a client. Inside that we have bucket. What is my bucket name? This one. So we have already mentioned here, right? Okay, now I am telling client that I have already reached the storage service. From there I am telling storage, go to my bucket. What is my bucket name? Which is I have already mentioned here. Now I reached where? I reached bucket. Okay, I have reached the bucket. Perfect. Still we have not loaded any data, guys, right? So right now my position or my pointer is at the bucket. Now inside bucket I have an object called blob, right? So here in the blob I need to use this one, right? So it means what happens is, inside the bucket this will create one empty container or an empty object. There is no data inside there, just it will create a blob, means just an object, guys. Okay, perfect. Now I have created what? A blob object, right? All right, I have created the blob object, and then through this blob, right, I am going to upload from file name. I should not use upload from file, I should use upload from file name. So where is my path? That is local underscore file, right? It means that this local file customers.csv will be uploaded to this empty container, and we have communicated, means we have maintained the connection, like through this client we have said hello to storage. From storage we have we are pointing to a bucket which is already created. In that bucket we have created an empty box, and in this box we are loading the data from local point. This is how it works, right? And if I say print, it's not mandatory, file uploaded success, something like this. All right, so now we have successfully uploaded the file. So first part is over. Now the second part is, now we need to move the file from the storage to the BigQuery, right? So let me write a method like this, load to BQ. You can write any method name, right? So here also I need to create a client, because I need to say hello to what? This time I need to say hello to BigQuery. So I can say this BigQuery dot client, right? You can just copy the same code, guys, because with this key only we are interacting to the Google Cloud's BigQuery, right? So now this will return me a client of BigQuery. You can give any name, that's fine. All right, so now I have created, see, it's the same thing. Here we have created a client for storage, and here we have created a client for BigQuery, as simple as that. Now I want the URI, means I want to tell this code that go to the URI, means where exactly that object is created in the file name. Let's go to the Google Cloud Storage bucket. Inside that bucket, we have the customers.csv. Reach to that particular point. For that, we need to give the URI, right? URI equal to, see, URI is just a variable name. You can give any name. For that, I am going to use the F string, right? So I can say here, first I need bucket name. Go to this bucket name, right? No, sorry, I have to write the complete address. GS colon, go to the bucket name, and inside the bucket, go to the GCS file, right? I hope you understand this, but when we execute, you will get 100%. What I'm doing is I'm giving the path. That's what I'm using the F string here, right? Into Google Storage, go to this bucket, and this is the file we have. Well, what is my file name? This is the object which has been already created by this code, right? Perfect. Now we have given this. Next is we have to give the table ID, right? So table ID equal to, again I will be using F string here. Okay, how to reach my table which I have already created? For that I need project ID. We should use dot. This will come by practice, guys. It's not that simple, but you understand how I am reaching up to the table. We all know that to reach a particular table in BigQuery, I need to go to project. From that project, I need to go to dataset, and from this dataset, I need to go to table name, right? So now I know my source and this is the destination. I hope this is clear for you till now, right? Now I want to do one more important thing, that is I want to load the job config. It means we are telling config object that, hey boss, these are the parameters which you must follow while migrating the data from from storage to the BigQuery. So how to proceed with that? So inside BigQuery, we have load job config. Config is just you are setting the rules, like how the migration should look like. Okay, so it's like this. So first point we should give here is, what is your source format? Okay, so what is your source format? My source format is JSON or CSV. My source format is CSV. Simple, right? So let me put this in variable like this. My source format is CSV. It means I am telling the code that go to this bucket where my source format is CSV. We should put comma. Then I want to skip leading rows equal to 1, right? It means that I am telling BigQuery that if I go to customers CSV, I don't want this to be inserted as a data. I want to skip this row because this is my not my data. This is my what? This is my column names or field names which we have already created, right? So just ignore this part. Just start uploading the data from second row. It's something like this, guys, right? So this is enough because we have to give the source format and we have to skip the leading rows. This is not mandatory, but if you won't skip it, then it will add the column names again. So that is not a right practice, right? This is done. Now, very important part. Now we have BigQuery, client. Now I will tell the BigQuery client that this is where the loading, shifting actually happens with this statement. Dot load what? Load data from URI, load data from JSON or file, table, or from data frame. I am using load table from URI. If you use the term URI, it means you are always referring to the storage part, right? Now I need to give the details. Where is your URI? Okay, my URI is this, right? Then where is your table located? My table is located here. right? Project id dot dataset name dot this one, right? Then how is, what are the rules I should follow? You can say my job, or this give any name or give your rules there. Okay, for this I should write job config equal to what? This one. Means I am telling BigQuery that boss, my URI is this, my table is this, and please refer these rules. These are the rules you should refer while migrating the data from URI to table, right? So this is how it works. Make sense? Now let's run all the pipelines so that you can get to see how the things works. So I will create one more method, say run pipeline, not mandatory, but just to give you the feel, right? So I will print pipeline started. Okay, then I will call which method first? I will call this method, upload data to GCS method first. Then I will call load BigQuery method, and then I will print success. Right now this is not mandatory, but this will give you a feel of pipeline. Right now I will run this method so that, sorry, I should write outside this. I think yes, no, sorry, I have to write here. There is indentation, guys. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now I have to run this pipeline. Okay, means this is a pipeline which is a triggering point. If I execute this method, first it will print this, then internally it will call upload data to GCS, and then it will load this method, and this will print this one. Perfect. So now let me run this program. So before that, let me check all is well. Okay, so let me cancel this. We have the bucket here, perfect, and we have dataset first pipeline, I think. All right, so we have customer table in place. Let me check, we have something in there. No, we have just created the table, right? So let me see on preview, it's nothing in there because we have not started the pipeline. So we are ready to execute the pipeline, guys. So let me go to here, and then I will just execute this program. Hope everything should work fine, right? And we will see the magic, and yes, your first pipeline will be ready. Let me run the program, guys. So it's running behind the scene. I think yes, update is ready. Click to restart. No, this is update. Boom. All right, here you can see pipeline started. Yes. Uploaded file to storage. Yes. Pipeline upload success. Yes. Pipeline executed success. Yes. So this has not executed the let me check, something went wrong or not here. Run pipeline, pipeline started. Yeah, it's executed by, sorry. So let me refresh here and we'll see, did we get data right here? And there we go. If we get data here, then yes, our pipeline is done and data set is there. Let me go to preview. I think, yep, we can see the data, right? Like this is what we have uploaded. And let me check whether it has, definitely it must be, because through this storage only we have moving it to BigQuery, right? So I think our pipeline works absolutely fine without any errors, right? So now what I want to do is, okay, I just want you to test this out, right? So what we'll do, you just tweak some data, right? So let me go to customer CSV, and I will just tweak its data to Guru, right? I have not used I mean, all the time it will create a new table only, because I have not given any statement to delete the existing one, but just to feel like, just to see how the things works, guys, just test this out, right? Now again, if I run this code, okay, and hopefully we should see the updated data. This is how we should test the pipeline, and we should do QA testing, right? So you try yourself with me so that you will get a clear picture. Think all looks good, no errors, and then directly go to BigQuery. If I just refresh this, I think we must see the two updated one, because we are using the same table again and again. It will just append the data. So let me go on preview, but we should see updated data somewhere. Yeah, so this is what we are seeing, right? Instead of RAM, it is just going rows, right? So this is how we can build, and congratulations that you have built your first pipeline. You just practice it. Anyhow, when I got some time, I will move this code to the GitHub, and I will share you the link in the description, right? So if you really like this, or if you want me to add more, you just comment it and like, and if you really keen on making career in data engineering, then please consider this for your subscription list. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video very soon. Good day.